Hey everyone, it's Heather with Heather Marie Speaks, and I'm here on location in downtown Richmond at Urban Hang Suite with the staple of Richmond, Kelli Lemon. Thanks so much for joining us today, Kelli.
Thank you, Heather. I appreciate it. Let's
cheers
this out since you just got your chai tea. I love it. Yeah.
We are sitting in the back here. I'm drinking one of my favorite drinks. I love that Urban Hang Suite is here. Tell us how it got started. Tell us what you're doing in Richmond.
I'm doing a lot in Richmond, and that's a good and a bad thing. But literally, the Hang Suite got started because I was in a whole bunch of different industries, and I noticed that Richmond wasn't talking to each other. And I know that sounds really simple, but to go into places and just ignore each other, it was weird. It was awkward, you know, and I was finding that a simple, how's your day going, what's going on, led to so much more in a conversation, and it led to networking, right?
Yeah.
Like,
that's how we met, was a networking event.
Yeah.
It was a hype chamber
Yeah.
conference.
Oh, yeah. Oh.
Years ago. I've got a flashback picture that I'll post too, but yeah, that's how we originally met.
Crazy, yes. And again, the connection of me just saying, okay, y'all, why are we not talking to each other?
Yeah.
We're not that different. Richmond is definitely a tale of two cities, and I think that one of the things that I wanted to change with the Hang Suite is that everybody's welcome. It's a safe space. It's a community space. My podcast, Coffee with Strangers, kind of jump-started me wanting a coffee shop. I found myself sitting in coffee shops kind of looking around like, is this what I want? Do I want to do this, or how would I do it different? And so that's kind of how the Hang Suite came about. And you know, the festivals I do, like the Fruit is my brand, but Richmond Restaurant Experience, Jackson Ward Collective, Coffee with Strangers, Dominion Fruit. I got a couple of LLCs underneath my belt.
I love it. Well, this week has all been about female entrepreneurs that are, you know, women in power, moving and shaking, and that you're doing things to kind of make the community a better place. I love that you're not afraid. You step outside the box and you're just going out there and talking to people exactly what you wanted to do out here. I saw an interview that you had the other day on, I think it was your Coffee with Strangers, where you were talking about the havoc that downtown had just a little bit ago and trying to avoid that happening again. Like what first of all, give people a taste of what happened during all the riots and stuff, and also what kind of encouragement can you give to people so that we can have more conversations like this with people that are from different races, different ethnicities, different diversities. We all come from different places, but we can all help each other.
Well, downtown kind of, well, let's just talk Richmond, right?
Yeah.
Former capital of the Confederacy, you know, art district. VCU owns, you know, downtown. You have Richmond Police, you have VCU Police, you have the Governor's Mansion, and you have City Hall. I mean, you know,
all within a few blocks.
All within a few blocks of people making some major decisions. And so when the riots happened, that first week in June, last weekend in May, it was almost like Beirut down here. And I've never been, so I don't want to disrespect what a true war zone looks like. But we were here for 3 days. That Friday night, I was like, wow, is this really happening? Saturday night, I was scared for my life. Sunday, it was just time to go home. It was enough was enough. You know, I try not to get emotional about it, but
it's hard not to.
If we were not here, this block would not be here. Just having the lights on, just being present, just having people outside of the door. I will never forget this young black girl when they were walking down the street. She literally stopped in front of the Hang Suite and was like, I need 10 white bodies to protect this space. This is a black-owned business. And 10 white people that I did not know stood in front of the Hang Suite. Although I appreciate them, like we had to get to that level. And you know, talking to 707 and some of the other businesses on this block, I mean, we were the reason they didn't get broken into and broken up. I'll never do it again. If this goes around again, I will never ever risk my life, risk my staff's life to protect something I got insured. You know? I do understand protest. I do understand the need. It is unfortunate that there were people there that were not protesting Black Lives, the Black Lives Matter movement, and a lot of the destruction that happened downtown were from other groups.
It was unnecessary.
Yeah. And so now we got to clean that up.
Right.
And now we got to deal with the fact that tourism and hospitality is failing in this area because of bad apples.
Yeah.
There's also a lot of undeveloped projects on Broad Street that didn't have anybody in them. So now those landlords and property owners are like, let's keep them boarded up.
Yeah.
They just don't care.
Yeah.
And so, again, I understand the protest. I wish I could say that won't happen again. But where we are in Richmond,
Yeah. What do you think we need to do to make a difference? What can we do together to help make a difference and to help make a statement so that people can get along?
Yeah. It's going to take some education.
Yeah.
I think we got to start there.
Yeah.
My running joke is that my grandparents protected my parents. They told my parents, just get a great job, right?
Yeah.
Then our age group was like, all right, not only are you going to get a good job, but we're going to make sure y'all are educated and you can do what you want. And so then we protected this generation that's out there now and hid a lot of history. A lot of stuff hasn't been discussed because we were afraid to tell them the bad parts, right? And so not telling the bad parts means you might not have celebrated some of the good. Like Jackson Ward in general, the history of Black Americans in the state of Virginia in general, sometimes we're only talking about the enslaved. Like, we was winning. 1 in 4 can trace their roots to Richmond, And so I think we got to start with that. I think a lot of the protests come from the fact that this new generation is mad because they were lied to. No, you told us that Lee and them were winners. No, we've been told that that's our heritage. No, y'all, you tried to keep a certain population down. Now that the whole world got in a pandemic and got to see it, got to physically feel the pain. I think that was the start of some awakening moments, but also some dialogue, right? And I think there was a lot of confusion too. A lot of my white friends would hit me and say, I just want to let you know I'm here. Some of them would say, what am I supposed to do? And every dialogue, I entertained and I rain checked because I don't know what to tell you to do. Some of it is not for me to tell you what to do, but also just know that I appreciate it maybe being something that's gone off in your brain for the first time, and that you even want to maybe dig into the uncomfortableness that the conversation may have. You know what I'm saying? Scott Wayne and I had a good conversation. Not sure if you know him. He owns Canvas. British white male. But, one of the things that we said is that, just give us a chance. You know, like he could open up a coffee shop right beside mine, but he's going to tell you to come to my coffee shop because he knows that I struggled a little bit more to get my space open. But if I'm trash, don't come to me. But more than less, I'm not trash, but you might not even give me an opportunity.
Well, and you put so much heart and soul into this. I heard the story about it took a year for you to open. You had your dad in here building things, and I loved that. The Lemon family is very entrepreneurial, very hands-on. But we both have different platforms, and both of us have similar speaking ways of being able to help encourage people. On my platform, I try to encourage, empower, and educate. And so I wanted to make sure that I had people like you on here, and people from everybody, everywhere, every business, doesn't matter what you're doing. If you're moving and shaking and you're doing things to overcome and you're continuing to walk forward, you're persevering, you're doing things like the opening different businesses. It's never quitting and never giving up. So I love that we're able to come together and talk and have a conversation and say, how are you doing? It's important for people to reach out to others and to talk. So I love that we're doing that and we're able to do that here today. Urban Hang Suite is so unique. We're sitting here in front of a vibe wall. We're obviously in the back. We're doing social distancing. We're drinking coffee. Yes, we are doing things in a safe way, but they can come out here and see, like you said, everybody's welcome here. They can come in here and see that diversity is a beautiful thing.
Who walks into a coffee shop that has a LGBTQ flag, mind your own womb coffee mug, a Virginia and Virginia Union, flag. I mean, when you walk in, and a Black Lives Matter sign, so when you walk in here, I want to make sure that you realize that this is for everyone. And also, people ask me all the time, well, how did you pick the Hang Suite? location. And I'm like, nah, this location chose me. You know, from the community to which I'm in, being on the cusp of Jackson Ward Art District and downtown, like, this is just, and on the, I'm very vocal about this was the black side that you could shop at, retail. Unfortunately, Broad Street was segregated. And so the ancestors are all up and through here. We feel it. I mean, we know it. Like, we'll say little things and then things will happen. And I just really believe that that's just Maggie in here, letting me know that we got your back. You continue doing the work, and keep being out there. But I mean, it's hard. It's hard work. You have to be almost schizophrenic to be and I don't mean, again, to disrespect anybody's true mental illness, but you have to have a little bit of crazy.
Everybody has a little bit of crazy.
To want to get up and do an entrepreneur life, because you don't know if your next check is going to be there. You don't know what's going to happen. Like, I've never thought that I'd be in a pandemic and almost a little bit of a race war at the same time. That's just what I never think. And so I look forward to the challenges. I look forward to the opportunities. I look forward to everything that being an entrepreneur brings. So, I don't know if I answered your question.
You absolutely did. I just love the conversation. Just continuing to talk and do things. And part of my platform is also to talk about mental health awareness. I call myself a fashion-infused mental health advocate because I always got to put a little style in there. And fashion is a great way to talk about it because there's still stigma. With people of all races, all diversities, everyone struggles with mental health. We're getting ready to go into a little bit of another shutdown, and I think it's going to probably continue to shut down more and more. Some states have already completely shut down everything. My hope is to be able to encourage people to cope in healthy ways, to give them good advice, to tell them about being more aware of their mental health. Before I even walked in here, there was a gentleman on the street. I don't know if he lives on the street, but he probably does, and came up to me and was talking about some of his issues and struggles. Being able to stop and be a generous listener to someone is the best gift that you can give to somebody. But what kind of advice would you give for some mental health encouragement, mental health awareness to people that are going through this right now?
10-year therapist. Depression is part of my life. My grandmother was a schizophrenic. My great-grandmother was a schizophrenic. My grandmother was a manic, and I know it's hereditary. I know it is part of my DNA. I also know that it is very taboo in the Black community to talk about mental health. You pray over it. We are very much so. Do not.
Or you cancel that.
Don't put our business out there. I mean, my grandma still says to me and my mother, y'all still doing that? So my advice would be that mental health is something that you need to treat like everything else. If you go to the dentist, if you go to see your primary care, your OBGYN, put that as part of it. There's sometimes that you know that your body is off, but you cannot figure out why. Stop, take a moment, breathe, and go seek help. I just think that is completely important for not only your personal well-being, but how you deal with ships, right? That's your relationships, your friendships, your family ships, all of those ships need to be kind of maintained, and you got to find your joy, you got to find your peace. There's oftentimes, and people that are high energy, believe it or not, are usually the ones that are suffering the most.
Or the ones that look strong.
Right? So don't be afraid to check on people. Don't be afraid. You think she's got it all the way together. I'm very vocal on my social media to let you know when I don't. I give you the good and I give you the bad. So I think my number one advice is to acknowledge that there is something that is off. And that it is okay that something is off, and that there are people that are professionals in this, out there in the world that can help you maintain and live a normal life with whatever your challenge.
Absolutely, and it's okay for people. I try to tell people, if you've got a broken bone, you would go to the doctor and ask them to help you. If you had diabetes, you would take insulin. So if you're mentally sick in some sort of way and you need something to maintain and to stabilize you, it's okay if you take medicine. We, in my family, depression ran in our family lines. well. I unfortunately lost a couple family members to suicide. Right now, suicide, depression, all of those things are spiking. And so I'm trying to encourage people to talk about it more. And what you're talking about is exactly what I say. Check yourself in the mirror. Check first thing in the morning. How are you feeling? Are you faking it? Or you really feel okay? And if you don't feel okay, what can you do? What do you have the power to change in yourself to get the help that you need? And what you don't have the power to change, go ask for help. It's important.
I tell my staff when we're interviewing staff, you know, one of the questions is, say you walked in and you were just off. How are you going to handle the day? Because, you know, if you don't tell me that you're off, but you come in and I can tell that something is weird, I can adjust, but I'd rather you say, hey, not having my best today. I need y'all. I need y'all to step up, because I might not say, you know, hello to people if they come in the door, but I'm gonna do my job, and I'm gonna need to go back home. And so I think that that's also important too, being very vocal and it being okay. Let's not pass judgment on. At least you had the I guess the comfort level to say, I'm not doing good today. You know, so
just be honest. Honest with yourself and honest with others. So what have you got in the works for 2021? So you're always doing something.
I said, this funny, I said in 2020 I won't do nothing. Coming into 2020, I said I'm not doing nothing. I am going to chill. I'm going to use this 2020 to refocus. You know, everybody had this, you know, let's get this clarity. It's 2020. This vision should be clear. And then the busiest year ever. So 2021, I don't know if I can say. You know, I am looking forward to getting out of this season, but you know, sometimes the next season might not be better. You know, so my financial advisor mentor, before right when the pandemic started, told me to prepare for 18 months, which would be August 2021.
Wow.
So I really don't think that I am looking forward to anything but August 2021. You know, my festivals have been canceled. All these major events that I host and do, I mean, they're already still canceled for 2021. So I truly believe that next year is just going to be another see what happens. One day at a time.
One day at a time. Well, for right now, you can find Kelli on Coffee Talk still, right?
Well, Coffee with Strangers, we're, you know, it's a different kind of season because we wanted to be intentional about the conversations, especially with what was going on. So Matt and I, shout out to Matt, I never give him enough love, but Matt and I had you know, this season is different. So you can definitely catch us. We're a little behind right now, just took a little break with the election and all that drama. But yes, Coffee with Strangers RVA on Instagram. Like the Fruit is my personal on everything, and then Urban Hang Suite RVA is everything else. So
well, come check out Urban Hang Suite. You can come eat here. You can get a drink, and you can also get some of Lance's wine here as well.
Rich wine is here. I mean, you know, one of the things during the pandemic is it allowed me to highlight and have pop-ups for a lot of small, local, more specifically Black-owned businesses. Just because I'm given the opportunity. I got the brick and mortar too. So Rich Wine, Amazing Grace, Coco Paris, Uncapped Everything, you know, the artwork that's on the board. Magic Bush is a CBD coffee company, and we got some others coming in. Flavor Cookie Company, we got some others coming in.
Well, so I love that you're helping others shine, and you're still continuing to shine because your platform here is to help people learn how to communicate and talk to each other. So thank you so much for meeting with me today. I wish you nothing but success.
Yeah, you too.
Come on into Urban Hang Suite. Get yourself a coffee or a chai latte. Thanks, Kelli.
Thank you.
Have a great day. Until next time, guys, we'll talk to you soon. Have a great day.